Hello, we're back again. You're gonna have to forgive the hair situation that's going on because genuinely I don't even know. The heat is different gravy, and also I need to buy some conditioner. You're just gonna have to not look at that. Look like here down. Okay, does that sound good? Thanks for your cooperation. So today's topic, we are talking about how when you travel, it can influence what you want to read. Now, when I say travel, I mean this in the loosest sense of the word. For example, traveling could mean literally moving from one place to another. Maybe you have a different connotation. This could be going and staying for a prolonged period of time somewhere, but it could also be lots of short bursts in different places. For my time right now, this is coming into the more like short changing, but obviously before we had a long period, and I just wanted to talk about how that can kind of influence what you want to read. So first of all, when you go to a different place, you get a different vibe, you get a different feeling. So for example, when I was living in Samui, I knew it was long term, it really felt like home, so I wanted to read things that were longer, series like A Court of Thorn and Roses, or how I read the Penelope Douglas series, Devil's Night. Those kind of books you can really get into. However, I feel like when you're moving from place to place, you don't want to be, it's hard, you don't want to be too into a book because it can be more difficult to find time to read, but also you don't want to maybe have the pressure of reading something like a series. I'll tell you what I've got on the go at the moment, and then I'll explain a bit more. And this is a random video. This is definitely a waffle with Alice kind of video, but you know, sometimes it be that way. At the moment, I'm reading two books. So I'm still reading Pride and Prejudice because although it's a short book, I did not realize how meaty it is actually packed in. There is quite a lot of traffic outside. You'll also have to forgive that. The windows are not soundproof, but it's okay. We're living, we're thriving. Also back with the clinical setup, but it's fine. It is what it is. It does the job, you know. Pride and Prejudice is pretty meaty, and sometimes I have to read a few sentences a few times to kind of fully get the meaning. But I'm definitely enjoying it, and I'm definitely going to continue reading it. However, when I came to Vietnam, this was a completely new country for me, and I thought, I don't know a lot about Vietnamese literature. So I did a little bit of research, and I found that the general consensus was that the most popular and most renowned literature of Vietnam, it's a long poem story, and it is called The Tale, or some people translate it as The Song of Cure. I think that's how you pronounce it. Maybe if you know how to pronounce this correctly, let me know, because I definitely want to be able to say it right. And basically, as I said before, it's a long poem story, and it tells the story of Cure, who is the main character, and she is beautiful and a genius. She's great at poetry, and it's basically the struggles of her life. It's really good. I'm going to do a video on this soon, but I'm reading that at the same time as Pride and Prejudice. Two very classic works from two very different countries. Coming back to the point of this video, because you know we like to ramble on. This is how being in a different place can influence you. So I feel like since being here in Vietnam, granted it's only been 2 days, I can kind of start to understand some of the more cultural references, and also how traditions kind of work a little bit more now. We did a really interesting tour yesterday, and we had an amazing guide, and he told us so much about Vietnamese culture and tradition, and I really feel like since learning that has greatly impacted my reading experience. And I think it's really important to try new books from new countries. Now obviously I'm reading a translated version. I did a lot of research, and hopefully I found one that's pretty good. Everyone's sort of saying it's a really good translation, because with poetry as well, it can be quite hard to convey. We'll come back to that more in another video. That being said, when we then travel to Australia soon, I feel like there are some books that I would like to try whilst I'm there, so you can stay tuned for those videos based on the kind of new situation, new place, new surroundings. And I just think it's really interesting to see different famous literature from different countries. So let me know if that's something you're interested in, or if you have a famous literature from your country. I'd definitely love to read it. If it is in Spanish, I can, weird flex, but okay. If it's in the Spanish or a Spanish speaking country, I can read the original. If it's not, then I will find the best translation possible, but I would absolutely love that. Let me know down below. Okay, she's been rambling on for 8 minutes. I feel like that's enough time. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you can kind of see what I was talking about. It's really interesting to see how changing place can definitely influence what you want to read or what kind of vibe you're feeling in. For example, I know this is not quite the same, but if I go on holiday, I definitely have books I would consider a holiday read rather than ones I would read at home, and I feel like I was thinking about that concept and I kind of developed it further and thought about how actually being in a different place does influence what I want to read. For example, if I go somewhere really nice and hot and sunny, sometimes I want to read something that's going to make me feel like summer. Sometimes if I'm in England and the weather is crap, I find it hard to relate to those summery happy vibe books because it's not my reality then and there. Maybe I want something a little bit meatier, juicier. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, let me know what you're reading at the moment in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, until tomorrow, I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Keep saying so! This literally looks like I'm being recorded for a documentary. I hope you can't hear Brian's typing the whole time.